Hey everyone, and thank you so much for being here for a special Pretty Little Liars live chat. This kicks off the week before the finale, so I'm going to have something special for you every single day until the finale and some stuff after that too. So thank you so much for being here. I already see a lot of people in the room. For those of you who are wondering, I'm still having the regular Wednesday live chat. This is just an addition because tomorrow we find out who killed Charlotte. So I wanted to do a special live chat to see what you guys are thinking, what your thoughts are about who is her killer. And if you were in the room, go ahead and say hello. So happy to see everyone here. You can also tell me where you're from if you want to. Welcome to everyone. And at the end of this live chat, I will be shouting out one of you who commented on my last video that you joined the notification squad. So once this video is up on my channel, you can, if you're watching this later and not live, only if you're watching it later, not currently, you can sign up for my notifications and type notification squad in the comments of the video after we're done being live. And then you could be the person who gets shouted out in my next PLL video or live chat. So thank you guys so much for being here. There are so many people here that it's crazy to me. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I'm seeing people from Estonia, the UK, LA. I love LA, by the way, Florida, Germany. So many people, Scotland. It's so cool to see where you guys are from. I would love to travel to like everywhere that you live if I haven't been there. Texas, Germany again, lots of Germanys, New Jersey, Brazil. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. So let's get right on into the chat. I wanted to do this chat today because this is a huge reveal in tomorrow's episode, and that is who killed Charlotte. And I've been talking to you guys on my latest video about who you thought it was, and I've gotten a lot of guesses. I will let you know that my #1 guess from you guys has been Mona. So if you want to tell me who you think killed Charlotte, please do, but please also include why. I will be reading the comments that say, this person I think killed Mona and this is why. So if you just comment and name, that will not be read because I'm trying to get a conversation going here. So-and-so killed Charlotte and why. So I did a video maybe a week or two ago about my thoughts on who killed Charlotte. And I also talked about that a little bit in my promo reaction video from over the weekend. And especially after seeing the promo where she's kind of like saying like, am I supposed to be scared of you? Just the way she said it to me reminded me of somebody who would be like a girl who's talking to a guy that she's kind of flirting with. So I still feel like it's a guy. And when I did my video, when I made a prediction about who killed Charlotte, I thought it was Ezra. But I can see it going different places. I don't think that Ezra is AD, so I do think he has been focused on so much, especially lately, that I think he plays a big role into something, and that's kind of what I think. So I'm going to go to your comments now and just read your thoughts. There are no wrong thoughts or wrong answers because nobody knows right now who killed Charlotte unless you're one of the actors on the show or you wrote, you're one of the writers or something. So whatever your guess is totally fine. Huey says you think it was Mona or Emily because they both had a hatred for her. You think Emily is suspicious and Mona wants to take over the liars. Valley Girl says maybe it was Caleb trying to protect Hannah and Spencer. Flossie thinks it was Emily because in the promo, Charlotte said, am I supposed to be scared of you? Which makes you think it's someone who is timid or not as confident as the other girls. Skyla says you think Jason could have killed Charlotte because she used him, and after her reveal, he could have felt disgusted. So let's talk about Jason a little bit. I have gotten a lot of comments about him lately, and a lot of people are actually predicting him as AD, but I have seen some comments thinking he killed Charlotte. And my big problem with him being involved in either one of those ways is that we haven't seen him in so long that it would just kind of be a letdown to me unless they have a great explanation why he is either AD or Charlotte's killer. Again, you have to remember that AD and Charlotte's killer have to be two different people because AD has been trying to find out who killed Charlotte and wants to get revenge on the person who killed Charlotte. So I definitely do not believe that AD and Charlotte's killer are the same person, especially since they're revealing this person the week before the finale. So they're not going to tell us it's this person, Jason, and then be like, oh, guess what? And he's also AD or whatever. Now, Maddie is saying that Mona killed Charlotte because she's mad she stole the game from her. She's always loved playing the game. And as far as leaked photos, I'm not going to read that part. If you've seen photos that were not like included as part of a promo, please do not talk about those or anything that could be considered a leak or a spoiler, just because I want to be surprised with the finale, and I know a lot of you guys do too. So if you like to look at that stuff, that's totally fine, but please do not send those to me or tell me in here. If it's been in a promo, that's completely fine. I understand. But if you found that on some, website that someone says this is a spoiler or this is a leak or whatever, I personally don't want to see that. Brooke says you don't believe it's Mona. Why do you not believe it's Mona? Elijah says you think Mona killed her because probably Charlotte was going to play the game again and Mona had to stop so that she can protect the girls. So speaking of Mona, I personally do not think she is AD, even though I know some of you do. And I also don't think that she is trying to do things to hurt the girls at this point. I just think she's kind of obsessed with the game. And she's taken it over and she wants to do everything on her own, because you remember, like, Emily was trying to come into her apartment that day and she was like, no. And then when we see inside of her apartment, she has like her own little lair, which looks suspicious, but I think that it's just her research, like all the stuff she's been researching. She wants to be the person to figure out who AD is. And I honestly think she could be the person who figures out who AD is. And maybe that is what happens to her. A lot of you are thinking she's going to die, and maybe that leads to her death if she figures out who AD is before anyone else. And just a heads up, I will be doing a final video next Monday. I will be releasing that, where I will tell you my final prediction for AD, and I will also be having a special live chat to focus on who is AD, since it'll be the last live chat before the finale and before the AD reveal. So we will have so much time to talk about AD, especially after watching tomorrow's episode. We don't know what's going to happen. There could be some clues in there. It could change some of your minds or change your theories or give us more information to help us with a theory that we already have. So again, next Monday, I'll have my final video with my final thoughts. I've been doing several theory videos. The reason why is because I think those are all options as to who could be AD, but I will give you my final guess. I will just be talking about one person next Monday, and then we can have that live chat as well, where you guys can share with me who you think is AD and why and all of that good stuff. So Julian says you think it's Mona who killed Charlotte because in 6/11, Mona wanted Cece to be released so she could kill her when they were at court. She asked Allison about Cece's whereabouts and she was mad they were letting her out. Leah says you definitely think it has to be one of the boyfriends who killed Charlotte, trying to protect the liars. Brittany says you were thinking the whole Charlotte storyline yesterday, thinking about that and the AD reveal, and you think that AD became AD after Charlotte died because everything was fine for 5 years. And I get a little bit confused about that because I don't, like I've said before, I stopped following Marlene on Twitter, but I feel like people have told me that she's been saying, which who knows if this is true, but that she's been saying that the AD that's going to be revealed next week has been AD since episode 1, and they were a person who we saw in episode 1 of season 1. Margaret might be paranoid is here. Thank you for being here. You think it is Mona who killed Charlotte because she said, am I supposed to be scared of you? In a condescending tone, she probably looks down on Mona since she was able to steal the game from her. So that's kind of an interesting way to look at how she said, am I supposed to be scared of you? And remember, if you're just saying so-and-so killed Charlotte, I'm not reading those comments because there's no point in that. So if you're just shouting out names, that's not going to work as far if you want me to recognize you, because I'm trying to do a conversation. So if you want to guess who do you think killed Charlotte, it needs to be Toby killed Charlotte because blah, blah, blah. Okay. CJ wants to know why AD used so many emojis to begin with, and I don't know because they stopped doing that, so I don't know if that was a different person or what's up with that, but does anyone know? I mean, it's weird because there's been so many like incarnations of how AD communicates with the girls, and now we have this one-on-one FaceTime with Arya, which is a little weird that only happens with Arya, and you know, I kind of have my thoughts on that. I did a Arya is AD twin, Arya's twin is AD video, so check that out. Amber is saying the doctor did say he delivered 2 of her children. She's talking about Mary. So it seems like Mary has another child besides those twins. So we know it's Spencer probably Spencer's twin and somebody else. Could that be Arya? I don't know if that's what you were saying, but possibly that's kind of what I've been thinking. Stephanie thinks that Jason may have killed Charlotte because she knew they were related and still got involved, plus he tortured Spencer and Allie, who are both related, and he likes Arya. Connie Edwards says, you think Melissa because of the bathroom scene with Hannah and the flashback. Melissa has been brought up so much in the comments of my videos and in the live chats. And I mean, if they go with her for a big reveal like the killer of Charlotte or AD, I will still be a little bit disappointed because we haven't seen her. And I know we've barely seen Ren as well, but at least they kind of brought him back to like refresh our minds that he still existed. But I just kind of feel it's lame to have Jason or Melissa be a big player in the finale and how everything wraps up. If they know this going in, why haven't they talked about them or worked them? I personally haven't heard anyone talk about Jason on the show, but if they have, let me know. And also Melissa, I don't remember her being brought up in 7B, but let me know if she has. But I just feel like kind of like, I mean, just bringing them up, I don't think makes it obvious. If they want to make Jason AD, for example, bringing him up or mentioning him or getting a phone call for him or seeing him a little bit, I don't feel like that makes it obvious that he's AD. So I just don't understand why we can't, if he is AD or Melissa's AD, why have they not been included at all? And I mean, yeah, maybe they're both in the finale, but that's kind of not enough for me personally. Lane is asking if we forgot that Melissa's suitcase had a piece broken off that matched the murder weapon. I totally remember that. So I don't know if that was supposed to implicate Melissa or if it definitely was pointing that, hey, she did it, or if someone took that, you know, piece of her suitcase to frame her, you know, so I don't know exactly how it goes there. Daniel Quall says, in an outro, AD was making a FaceTime call. It was pre-recorded, so how could someone have a conversation with the pre-recorded video? I don't know. I'd have to watch that. I probably saw that, but I know I'd have to watch it to see it myself to figure out like what exactly you mean by that, because I don't remember it enough to comment on that. Shalisa thinks it's Lucas, I think, who killed Charlotte because he unknowingly gave Charlotte the motive to torture the girls, plus Charlotte tortured Hannah. I'm definitely seeing comments on Lucas, and that's not a bad guess. And I just wondered too, since Lucas was like really good friends with Charles, did something happen after the transition and Charlotte didn't want to be his friend, or Charlotte was mean to him, or he felt like Charlotte was ignoring him or putting him off? Maybe that, you know, pushed him to have some anger towards her, or maybe there was more to it. I don't know. Anna says, you think AD could be Detective Fury because of the past. A's Mona was a friend. I think you're saying that Mona, who was a friend, and Cece was an acquaintance. So it would make sense for him to be. I'm kind of confused about where he went, and I'm wondering like if he's going to end up dead personally. I mean, even if he is her killer, I don't know. I don't feel like he's her killer, but you never know, honestly. You never know. Till Taylor says, Allison, okay, we're talking about AD here, but Till's talking about Allison being AD because Charlotte isn't Charles. She just wanted to get out of Radley. And there's a lot of that going around. Maybe I even did a video about that. I'm getting confused now. That Charlotte's a separate person, that Charles is another person, that there was no transition because these are two separate people. So that's definitely a theory that's been going around. And a lot of people do believe in that as well. Brittany is excited to watch the whole series again after everything is revealed to see what you missed, which I think depending on who they reveal as AD, if it does all fit together, if it's like when we see it, if we're like, oh my gosh, that makes sense, then I think it would be cool to go back and rewatch everything. But there's a part of me that thinks the reveal will be weird, and if you go back and rewatch stuff, it won't make sense. But I believe Marlene, you know, you never can trust what she says, but I think she did say after the reveal, you can go back and watch everything and it'll make sense and it'll all tie together. So hi, Marge. Thank you for being here. We started 14 minutes ago. This is a special chat. We still have Wednesday's chat. This is just a special chat because Charlotte's killer is going to be revealed tomorrow. Hi, Esther, and hi, Sarah. Thank you so much for being here. Sheena Marie thinks that Dr. Rollins could have killed Charlotte because he was a con artist. He married Allison to get the money. And you think he wanted to get Charlotte out of the way. He was able to take off with the money. So Dr. Rollins being her killer would kind of really bum me out just because, well, he's not alive anymore and I really don't care about him. And I feel like it would be underwhelming, although it could be true. I feel like I would be like super underwhelmed and I'll be like, oh my God, like I really don't want it to be a dead person. Loft Decor is asking me if I care who killed her. Yeah, I think it's a big piece of the puzzle, and I've talked about it a ton, and we've theorized about it a ton. So, and I could see it being a great reveal, and then I could see it being stupid, like someone who's dead already killed her or whatever, or somebody's twin or something we haven't even thought of. And I'm trying to get to as many people as possible. So if you want to re-comment or whatever, I will try to get to you. I can't get to everyone, but I'm trying to get to as many people as possible. Skyla says, Peter could have killed Charlotte because Melissa was being blackmailed over Bethany when she was secretly in town, and Peter could have thought it was Charlotte to protect Melissa. He could have killed her. So we know that Peter is really shady. I definitely don't trust him, and I do think he is someone who I could see committing murder. So yeah, I could definitely see that. Jack Ward says Ezra could have killed Cece because he turned up to her court hearing when none of the other liars' boyfriends did, and he did pay her for info in earlier seasons. Those are some really great points, and I would be a big fan of him being her killer. Personally, I would really like that. Ellie thinks it's Mona who killed Charlotte because her alibi for the Two Crows diner was not very strong, and that diner is going to be significant in tomorrow's episode because it was shown in the promo, so that's a good catch there. And as far as what I think about Mona being the killer of Charlotte, yeah, I definitely can see them going there. I think it's a little bit played out to have Mona as a, but I will say this. I feel like, we've already had her as A and so on and so forth, and I definitely don't want her to be revealed as AD. But if she is revealed as Charlotte's killer, then I will feel even more sure that she dies in the finale, because especially if AD knows that Mona was the killer, then, they're definitely... AD's definitely going to want to make her pay and want to kill her for that. So there's also some other things to consider. Like, I think that Cece was dead when she was thrown off the roof. So could be two people at play here, someone who killed her and maybe a second person who was trying to kill her and didn't realize she was already dead. So there could be like a double reveal, which could be really interesting. Miriam says Mona killed Cece. She was mad at Cece for getting treated nicely when she was discovered as A, but when Mona was discovered as A, she was locked up in Radley, so she wanted revenge. Okay, so that's really interesting. Brooke Lago says, you think the person who killed Charlotte is Lucas because the only person who communicated with Charlotte and the only thing that Lucas never knew is Charlotte a Cece, so maybe that's the reason. So I don't know if when Charles had the transition, if he told, when he was going through, if he told, Lucas he was going to transition. I don't know if Lucas was aware that Charlotte was Charles, and that could cause some anger from him if, Charlotte transitioned and then never, maybe Charles disappeared and Lucas was like, where the heck is this person who's my friend, and had no idea, and then found out from someone else. I have no idea, but that could definitely make someone super angry. It shouldn't be a reason to kill somebody, but hi Rebecca, thank you so much for being here, and hi Giovanna from Switzerland, love to go there someday. That's amazing that you're from there. Looks beautiful. Carrie says, what was Caleb's biggest mistake? Was marrying Hannah messing with the game and getting gassed, or the Ravenswood spin-off? Oh, you're asking me what Caleb's biggest mistake was? Probably the Ravenswood spin-off, which I felt like was absolutely terrible and unwatchable, and I did try to watch it. I don't think I finished the first season. I guess they finished a whole first season, but I thought it was really awful, and I've never enjoyed the paranormal side of this show and that weird older woman. David is asking what happened to Bethany, and that is a huge question. I wish that they had also teased that we would find that out tomorrow, but I definitely think whatever is going on with Bethany could be very connected to whoever is AD, and that may be part of that reveal. At least that's what I'm hoping, because if AD is someone's twin, it definitely could be that they are Bethany, regardless if you think that Bethany is dead or whatever. So, I mean, I am really hoping we do get everything with Bethany cleared up and that's not left up in the air. So I am hoping that is part of the finale. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much. Aesthetic Pastel says you think it was Wes because remember he had feelings for Arya and kissed her, and he calls Ezra when Who is Wes, by the way? I'm like, I don't even know at this point. When Arya goes to meet AD, but ends up getting caught, so AD told Ezra that's how he knew about the file. Why can't I think of who Wes is? I'm just thinking of Wes from another show at this point. Hadia thinks that Bethany, who she thinks is Spencer's twin, and AD, and I really like where you're going there, killed Charlotte as revenge for Charlotte lying about Bethany having pushed Marion off of the roof and blaming Bethany. But again, I do not believe that, even though I do think that Bethany could be Spencer's twin, I don't think that the killer of Wes is Ezra's brother. Okay, thank you. I don't think the killer and AD could possibly be the same person. So Charlotte's killer is someone separate. Because again, if they're revealing Charlotte's killer this week, they can't reveal the same exact person next week. That would just be really weird. If they were both, if the same person did both, they would save all that for the finale. That is my opinion. Sarah thinks that Ezra killed Charlotte. That's why AD wanted Arya to choose him. I personally think it's Ezra, but I could see a lot of different people as well. Alicia A says, remember how Charlotte had those flowers in her hand when they found her? Weren't those the same flowers in Allie's home? Allie claims she got them from Charlotte for Charlotte to welcome her. I think you're right there. And I still have some questions about how they will play out what they do with Allie as far as you know from the books. I haven't read them, but we all know that one of the A's was Allie's evil twin, or maybe the other way around, but there was an evil twin involved with Allie. And there's been some really weird moments where they seem to be suggesting that Allie has a twin. So I don't know if that will play into who is AD. I'm not really sure. Taylor says you think Pastor Ted killed Charlotte because he was mad that she was transgender and because he's really religious. I've had a few people comment that on my videos. That would definitely be like a shocking reveal. I would actually be okay with that reveal, and I don't know what his reasoning is. Could be a lot of different things. And then, the reason for why this person killed Charlotte may be something we don't know. So, she could have had a relationship, a friend, or like a romantic relationship with someone that we don't even know, and they got mad for some reason we don't know. So really, who knows? There could be a motivation that we don't even know about. Ashton is asking if I've heard about Toby possibly killing Charlotte since she died similar to his mom's death. That is a really good point. What do you think his motivation would be in killing her? Ivana says, unless AD is lying about finding Charlotte's killer because AD is the smartest A, the point is manipulating in order to pin the murder on one of the girls. Heather says there's a photo from next week's episode of Mona holding those same purple flowers. Yes. So, and you think that means she killed Charlotte. Brittany Wyndham says, what do I think about Marlene saying Black Widow is endgame and her saying the show goes full circle? I don't know. I think a lot of times Marlene talks in like gibberish, but there's also a theory that I haven't done a video on. A lot of people have been commenting that all of this is a book, like it's Ezra's book, that none of this happened, or that just some of this happened, but all of the crazy stuff with the A's and the ADs and all that was fake, but like the real life stuff is going on. I've seen that theory, and then I've seen it was all completely fake, and Ezra is like the only real person and wrote this book. So I really dislike when a show makes an entire plot line fake or a dream or whatever. So especially with this show being on for 7 years and having this overlying theme of who is AD, if it is fake and it's, someone's book or it's a dream, I will probably be really angry. And just to let you guys know, I will be watching the show live on Eastern time. I guess that's the first place that it airs, on Eastern Standard Time when the finale is on. And I just plan on watching the actual episode with you guys instead of like the talking, the interviews and whatever. I don't know. It depends. I mean, if there's like something crazy, if it's an amazing finale, I may like watch live with you guys the after show. But anyway, you can watch that with me if you are on Eastern Time, or if you want to possibly, you're going to be spoiled. I'm just throwing that out there. So if you're not on Eastern Time and you can't actually watch it, you can watch my reaction is what I'm trying to say. Again, I cannot show my TV. I would get in so much trouble on my channel, but hopefully you would like to watch it along with me, like watch my reaction in real time, hopefully. Huey says you think Maya killed Charlotte because you think she's still alive and wanted to protect Emily, as she may have heard about the dollhouse. You really hope Maya did, because that would mean she was alive. And I guess Marlene has been saying lately that Maya's definitely not alive, but she says a lot of things, so who knows? Taylor says that Melissa is Black Widow. Sarah Harvey was never Redcoat or Black Widow, but that was just a cover for Melissa, and the original A is not Mona. So that is interesting. Amber Perkins says, do I think Paige could possibly be a Drake? We never see her parents, and she came back just in time to avenge Charlotte's death. Yeah, definitely, definitely. You're right. We've never seen her parents or any of her family, and she's a very shady character. So honestly, who knows? Why don't I follow Marlene anymore? Well, I just got really upset with the CC reveal. Now, she may be able to redeem herself. And there's a video that I did where I was wearing like a red hood and everything, and I just went crazy about it because one of the reasons I was so mad is because I really thought that was the final A reveal, and it was CC, and I just felt like that, regardless of, even though that's not the final reveal, I mean, I was just so angry, and I think a lot of other people were too. So yeah, I need to look at Troyan's bio on Twitter, apparently. So I will look at that, or if anybody wants to tell me what's in that. I feel like someone did tell me what was in that, so that's why I haven't looked at it. But if you want to tell me here, go ahead and do that. But anyway, that's why I quit following her. And also another reason, because when a lot of people were so mad about the CC reveal, the way that Marlene and then Oliver Goldstick, who like is one of the writers of the show, were like talking to fans on Twitter was really uncalled for. And they didn't talk to me, but I saw them talking to other people who were just asking questions. Like the people were not like being crazy or rude or like saying terrible things, but they would just be like, I don't understand this. And they would say like really rude stuff. I'm just like, are these people not above like saying terrible things to fans? I don't know. It was really weird. So she said so much stuff, and I can't even remember a specific example, but Marlene has said so much stuff over the years, like, this is definitely not happening, and then it totally happens. Or like, this person is definitely not this or that, and then they totally are. So it's like, I just don't really trust her. Melissa is from South Africa. That is so awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Ellie says, Troyan's bio. Sometimes I play this chick Spencer Hastings on this show, Pretty Little Liars, but only sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I could see it as she has other projects that she's doing outside of PLL, or maybe she's meaning that she plays the twin too. I don't know. I think that's kind of funny if that's what she means, but maybe we're reading too much into it, but I don't know. That's interesting. Did she just change that recently, or has that been that way for a while? Because I know that a lot of them are moving on to other things because obviously they have to. They filmed this a while back. So, yeah, and Jaleesa's thinking that she's probably trolling us. So Pandemonium says, what do I think? I'm not going to read that. Again, if you have a leak, spoiler, whatever, please don't want to hear it. I want to be surprised. I don't, even if those leaks and spoilers aren't true, I don't want to hear them. So please, please, please do not post that here or send me that on social media or anything like that, please. Philip says, you think Mona killed Charlotte because she was protecting the girls because she thought Cece was starting the game again and was a-moji until AD stole the game from her in season 6 finale. And you think that AD is Twincer? Jamie says that Oliver Goldstick said the transgender theory was too radical for ABC Family. Is that something he said recently? Because like, wouldn't that be like saying like what they did was wrong? Because they've already done that. They've already done that sort of. I don't know. Julian says the scene in which Allison follows Cece into the church and she hears her killer is similar to a scene in 5-5. In 5-5, it's revealed that Mona made the noise. Maybe that's an indication. And I just wanted to, we only have a few minutes left, but I wanted to give my Notification Squad shout out. So I'm starting to do Notification Squad shout outs. My last video was the first time I asked you guys to turn on my notifications and then comment in the comments videos once they're on my channel, not live chats, but videos once they're on my channel, Notification Squad. I want to shout out Stacy Morgan. She is who I want to highlight. Thank you so much, Stacy, for watching my videos, for subscribing, and for turning my notifications on. So once this video is up on my channel, so I'm saying don't comment here and these comments, they disappear. Like once this video uploads, I can't see any of these comments. I can't do anything about it. I wish I could save them, but they disappear. But once this is up on my channel, when we're done here, if you type in notification squad after you've turned on my notifications. Then in my next live chat or video, I could possibly shout you out. I just want to recognize everyone because I can't talk to everyone in a live chat or comment back to everyone because there's so many people, but that is so amazing. But if you got here late or whatever, I wanted to let you know that every day up until the finale and beyond, but every day until the finale, I will have some kind of Pretty Little Liars video or live chat. So follow me on Twitter to make sure you know what's happening if you have Twitter. If not, you have those notifications on so you know when I have something coming up, whether it's a video or a live chat or whatever. So tomorrow's will be the reaction video from tomorrow's episode. So that will be tomorrow's video, but stay tuned on Twitter and signing up for my notifications to find out what the rest of the week's videos will be. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to wrap this up now, but I really appreciate everyone being here. If I didn't get to your comment, please comment on this when it's uploaded to my channel in like 5 minutes. Again, turn your notifications on, type notification squad in the comments once this is up on my channel, and you have a chance to get a shout out. Again, shout out to Stacey Morgan, who was my first notification squad person that I wanted to recognize. And thank you to all of you who are here and have the notifications on and comment. Yes, tomorrow reaction video about the episode, which is so huge. So turn those notifications on so you don't miss it. I hope you're having a great week and it's a great start to your week. I love you guys and I'll see you soon. Bye.